to the little troubleshooting. Okay, so what is APIPA? Automatic Private IP Addressing or IP address. This is the range of IP address 169.254.0.0. Okay, so in the certain conditions like DHCP is offline or down or disconnected, or IP address pool is completed, so the limited the range is completed, so then the client won't get IP from DHCP. So what will happen? So in this, what will happen? So client not get IP address from DHCP and it automatically assign automatically assign an IP address. So that is called automatic private IP address. So in the range of this one, it will shows like this. If you check it IP address, it's showing like this. Okay. So one more thing is go to your network adapter. Okay. So this is a thing. It is look like this one. So when you see auto configuration IPv4 like this, and DHCP enable S and auto configure IPv4 address is 169.254 is showing. See, this is the first two. Next one can be anything, 87 104 like that. It is okay. Okay, but your rest of the network is different, and your APIPA you got, but for your system only you got APIPA, and rest of the network is different. So the rest of network is different, and you got IPIPA, so you won't communicate with anyone. So I'm going to the properties, IPv4. Why we are getting this one means, so first option is DHCP, get IP from automatically, get IP automatically from DHCP server. But DHCP server not unable to give IP address. You are not able to get IP from DHCP. Then alternate configuration. In alternate configuration, you are getting two options. One is automatic private IP address, means this range. Where is that? It means assign automatically. Okay. Another option is user configuration. You can configure as per your requirement. Okay, for example, my network is here 192.168.2. Series is there, so I use something like 55. Okay, I use 55, enter. See, I'm in a same network. For example, if in case I didn't get IP from DHCP, but still I can able to get some IP address, so then I can able to communicate. Okay, so user configuration, okay. So what is this? Okay, click OK, then automatically if you don't get IP from DHCP, you will get this IP address, so you can use this IP address to communicate. If you choose this one, you will get APIPA address only. Okay, so in APIPA we want to be able to communicate. The solutions are here. Solution is, first check DHCP server is running or not. Running, DHCP server is running, service is giving, service is on, connections thing. So like service is running, is check DHCP server is service is running, or connection, and next pool means range available, how many IP addresses are available. Restart the services, restart the service. Okay, restart the services, reconnect if connection issue, If service issue, restart the services, reconnect it. Okay, increase pool or a range. Okay, increase the pool or a range. For example, I have a limited one. For example, 192.168.2.102 in my thing. So 2.250. This is my actual range. 150 pieces only. Then change it. Put a 10. Then what will happen? More IP addresses you will get it. Or maybe put a 50. 50. Then you get almost 200 IP addresses. Because this side we can't able to increase it. Another example I will tell. It's a 10. This is 100. Only 90. Now you got a chances like increase to 150 or increase to 200, increase to 250. Okay, maximum is 254. That is the last one. 255 also we don't use it. 254 is the last one. Okay, like that you can change it. Okay, so increase the pool range. So number of IP addresses you can able to change it. Okay, next one. So make sure DHCP fine. Make sure DHCP server connected, service is running, pool available. So what are the make things? Sure, service is running. Next, connection should be good. Another side is available pool, available IP addresses. Make sure that IP addresses are available. Okay, so that is after troubleshoot. You done a troubleshooting here, and one more is there in DHCP. DHCP can also block IP address. Okay, take the DHCP deny list. Deny is also there. So DHCP deny is also there. It won't give you a connection. It won't give you IP address because of your MAC mismatching and all. Someone is putting don't give IP address to particular PC. Okay, check deny list. Okay, so clear it. Clear if you have any deny list. Check deny list and clear the DNS and make sure that everything is working fine. Next, at the client side. So in the client side, what to do? Check IP address. If you got it IP from DHCP, proper DHCP IP address, you got it. Okay, okay, IP address. Good. Otherwise, follow. Okay. If it's showing still, if it is showing still APIPA address only, automatic private IP address, it means you are getting still 169.254.x.x. It is showing. Then what to do? DHCP server is working, guys. Remember, DHCP server is working, running, and connected. IP address is available, but still you are getting IPIPA address. Then what to do? Go to CMD. In the CMD, what to do? So put a command IPCONFIG slash release and another command immediately. So after release, completed a release means removing existing configuration and renew. So two commands you have to run. So first release means remove the existing IP address, renew, get new IP address. So then problem will solve. Check the IPConfig, or you can use IPConfig all also. Okay, you can use any of the command IPConfig or IPConfig all also. Okay, so these are the commands. First command is to remove the IP address, existing one, and renew also. And the second option, if in case you are not much familiar with the CMD, but must be familiar with CMD, but you want to tell someone, like your friend got same issue. Now they don't know how to do it. Okay, but they don't know how to do CMD part. Then what to do is go to run or control panel adapter things. Okay, so right click on your adapter. Okay, so right click on your network adapter, disable, right click, disable, disable it, then enable it. Once it is disabled, enable it. Click. Okay, go to status, disable, then right click network adapter. After enabling, go to network adapter, right click status, details, and check IP address again. Okay. Okay, so this is how you can able to solve the APIPA. Okay, how you can able to solve the APIPA address, automatic private IP address. This is the range of IP address, and why we get APIPA in these conditions, like DHCP offline service is down, number of IP address is not available, and it is look like this one. Check DHCP server, which one is DHCP server, restart the services connections, check the pool. Okay, restart it. Okay, reconnect it, and if possible check it the deny list. Okay, deny means I use a common word as a deny, but block list or anything. Okay, so in a client side, again check the IP address, you got IP address newly. If not, then what to do, just use the command prompt to ipconfig release, ipconfig renew, check ipconfig or ipconfig space slash all. Okay, so you will get uh, uh, IP address is there, and stay, and also you can check it at disable the adapter and also enable the adapter. Okay, of course, still if you are not getting proper IP from DHCP, means there is a something not at all good. It is happened to me last time to my laptop at my hometown. So because of my issue, I done some funny thing in my laptop at that time. I didn't get IP address there. Wi-Fi is connecting, but I'm not getting IP. So what I done a reservation. Directly I done a reservation in a DHCP server using Wi-Fi. Using Wi-Fi app is there. That's a D-Link app. So I use the D-Link app and I reserved IP address uh, to my system. So that's a common thing. This commonly will happens. Okay, so that need like a, again part. Okay, this is the one. Next, these are the commands I showed. So I use these two commands to troubleshoot, right? So one more condition I will tell. For example, this is the solution for APIPA, but I'm giving one more small thing is like this. Okay, the small thing is like you are connected to a network, okay, and you got an IP address. You got an you got an IP address, an IP address, a IP address, anything. Okay, you connected to a network and you got an IP address. Now very good, no problem. Then you connected to different network. Now you connected to different network. You went to office. You are in a home. You connected to a network. You got an IP address. You are working. Now you connected to other network. Other network means you went to some office. Okay, you went to office, or you want to some friend's home. Okay, okay, friend's home. You then you open your laptop and you make a connection. Okay, you connected it. Okay, so you connect with a wire or a Wi-Fi, whatever it is. Usually Wi-Fi won't give problem, but when you connect a wire connection, so network is changed. So the meaning is network changed. Meaning is network is changed. Network, whenever the network is changed, in a network changed also I will give you an example. In our office we have two networks. One is U broadband network. Okay, we have a U broadband network. Okay, U broadband network, and we have a U broadband router. Okay, it will give IP address. Next, we take U broadband is not working properly that time, so Airtel, we took Airtel broadband also. Okay, and they're also giving one router. Now what happens, sometimes U broadband works, sometimes Airtel works. Okay, depends upon situation. Normally for all network we use a U broadband only. Airtel only for Charan sir, and only for mobile phone, like that only we are using it. Okay, because of for U broadband is bandwidth is high and Airtel is only 16 Mbps. This is almost like 40 Mbps we are getting. Okay, so for all LAN connections we use U broadband. All Wi-Fi related things, or laptops related, we use Airtel broadband. Sometimes U broadband is not working. U broadband internet is down. Then what I will do, we'll change it to Airtel broadband. So very simple. There is a wire from router to switch connection is there. Now we'll change it to Airtel. So U broadband router to switch connection, we change it to Airtel to switch connection. Okay. So I will put a, this is router Y and this is router A for our understanding. Okay. So router Y is connected to a switch, our switch only, and we are getting broadband from internet from U broadband. No problem. Now U broadband is down. U broadband is down. Airtel, we want to connect Airtel. No, we need internet. So then what we done? So we disconnect from router Y to, we disconnected router Y and connected to router A. Okay, just for understanding, router A to switch. Switch is same. Switch is the same. Switch is connected to PCs. Only thing is the routers are two routers. I disconnect Y and connected to A. So both are working in a different IP address ranges, of course. So there are using a different network addresses. This is giving like 0 dot 100 starting, keep giving like 100 to 200 something is there, and this network range is also different. This is 1.10 onwards, I think so. 1.4, 1.5 also getting. So 1.2 onwards it is giving directly. 1.1 is the router address. 1.1 is the router address it is, and you are giving. Okay. So what happened? PC. For example, I have a PC one. Initially, I got IP address from router Y, right? I got IP address from router Y. My IP address is like this from DHCP server. So sorry, 0 to maybe 102, 101. I got IP address from the router Y. This is my IP address. Now, what happened when I change from here to here, when I change from rotor Y to rotor A, change it from rotor Y to rotor A, then PC1 should get IP in the range of 192.168.1.2 or 3 something should get it. So for our example, I am giving, I will change it. So like a starting address is 10. Release it from 10 like that. Okay. You should get at least 10 or 11 something. You should get it. So I should get this IP address. Okay. This IP address should be there. Okay. Okay. This is the IP address. I have to get it. Just for example, I'm getting in this network. I have to get it. Okay. So I change the network means for client also IP address should be changed. But it's not changing. What happened? Not changing. IP address must be here, is there here earlier, and IP address should be changed here to this one. It still shows 192, 168, and 0.1.1 only. What is the solution? What is the solution? Very simple. IPConfig dash release IP address means remove the old IP address, and IPConfig renew, try to get new IP address. So obviously while it is searching for a DHCP server, it is reach your router A only, and you will get IP from this side, this kind of IP address. Check IPConfig or IPConfig space slash all also. This is for checking. So where we are using release and renew, one is like if you got APIPA, check DHCP server and connections and working. Okay, and then use release and renew to get a new IP address. Next one is if you change the network got changed. Okay, so network got changed. Okay, so this is easy example, real example happens regularly. So when you change the network, automatically the network in a client IP address also should be changed. It is not changing, then what you will do? Release and renew. Okay, this is usually regularly happens in our organization. So that's why I told that direct example. But also like you are connected, I connected my laptop in my home. Now I went to office, and I connected my laptop in my office. Then what happened? It should change the IP address according to office network, but it is not changing. It's still showing my old network only. Then what to do? Release and renew. So this is done. Otherwise disable and enable, that is also will work. But sometimes disable and enable will ask you admin passwords and all, or you have to go to a lot of things like this is the control panel. You have to go to network and sharing center, and go to change adapter settings. Click on change adapter settings, then go to your adapter. You have to disable and enable or change doing things. So knowledge is important here. It is okay. So it is quite easy. So in a CMD, if you do this one, it is quite easy. You have to do it this one and see. This is the same command I told trouble and how to solve it. Next one. Next one. If you feel internet is not working, okay. So completely we are going to troubleshooting in morning session. So internet not working. So there is a lot of things are there. So first of all, in a physically check whether you are connected to switch or not. Physically you are connected or not. So first of all, check it. Go to ncpa.cpl, check it. A connection is there or not. Connection showing like this or like this. This is Wi-Fi. Like this or like this. Is it showing? If you are connected with Wi-Fi, it will show like this. Wide connection shows like this. If it is not connected, cross mark. If you got a cross mark, and then you have to troubleshoot it. Like reconnect the wire. Make sure your wire is good. PC connection, switch side connection must be connected. Okay. The first one is check the physical connection. Check the connection. So connected, not connected. Now make sure it connected. Now connection problem, you have to check it. Second one, check IP address. Check the IP address. Are you getting proper IP address like this or not? Check a DHCP server address, IP address, DHCP enabled. First of all, DHCP enabled. IP address is showing some proper IP address like this, or APIPA address. Are you getting APIPA address or a normal address? Check the DHCP server address and lease obtained, lease expiry. So check these things. Okay, but check the IP address. Are you getting proper IP address or not? If you are not getting IP address, okay, if you got APIPA, if you got APIPA address, then you know how to troubleshoot it, right? If you got APIPA, you know how to troubleshoot it. Check the DHCP server. Okay, check the DHCP server and check the connections to the DHCP server, services, and IPCONFIG, release and renew. So troubleshooting. Next, APIPA troubleshooting. Next, you got some IP address. You got IP address, proper IP address. Okay, you got, for example, your IP is manual IP. Okay, so manual IP address. Then check the rest of network. Rest of the network, your router address, router IP address means router LAN side IP address, router IP address, and other IP addresses. For example, you are configured with the um, manually your PC is configured. So you have to check your router address. It's LAN side, not WAN side. It is LAN IP address. Okay, check the LAN IP address and other PC IP addresses also. Okay. Next, in your PC means a PC. If it is a manual, okay. If it is a manual IP address, okay, you have to check default gateway. That is your router address. Default gateway is nothing but router IP address. Default gateway. Next, default gateway is nothing but router IP address. DNS IP address. DNS server address. Properly, it is also DNS address is also usually, if you have a DNS server, yeah, that should be DNS server. If you have a router, then router is a DNS server. Okay, this is also router IP address in generally. Next one. Next one is, if you try to add extra IP address, add this IP address. DNS server address, router IP address is a preferred DNS, and second two IP address are there directly In a second one, put 8.8.8. It may solve your problem. Okay, so same network should be there, and second one is, okay, both should be same network. All your router and your PC network should be same, and others PCs also verify what IP they are having. You are maintaining manually here, and check your default gateway, which is nothing but router IP address. Check the DNS server address, which is nothing but your router address here. In general, and if you want, you can add a extra IP like this. It's a default DNS address. Like, you don't know DNS server, use this one. You don't know what is your DNS server, use this one. So that is the thing. Okay, better is better is dynamic address, better is automatic address, automatic or a dynamic IP address. Okay, because it will avoid a lot of conflicts and all. Okay, but if in case if you decide to use a PC as a manual, okay, and check the rest of the network communications, router IP address, okay, default gateway is a router IP, and check this one. Okay, find out that one. Better is automatic. Why? Because of you get IP from DHCP. Next, got IP from DHCP, proper IP address from DHCP server. Now take it. Try to ping DHCP. Try to ping your default gateway IP address. Okay, ping to default gateway IP address. For example, in my PC, ping 192.168.2.1 is my default gateway. I'll show you this one. Details. This is my default gateway. Okay. Next, ping to, if in case if default gateway and DNS are different, so ping to DNS server IP address. If in case if default gateway DNS server are different, so ping to DNS server address. Also, you must do that one. Next, so this is a ping command you can give like this. Okay, ping to any PC in network, within your network. For example, I am going to ping 192.168.2.211. Ping any net. So from your side, LAN communication is good or not. From your PC to, what is the use of this one? Use of this one is PC to router communication is clear or not. That's important. First one. Next one is, are you getting IP address properly? Are you able to ping properly? That is important first. The next one is networking side. So check router LED status. Okay. Usually routers having LEDs. Okay, different LEDs are there. Power LED. Okay, power LED. Wi-Fi LED. So if you are using Wi-Fi related LED. LAN LEDs. LAN port LEDs. Different ports are there. LAN port LED. WAN port LED. Okay. Like normally I'm having a WAN port LEDs here. Next, for example, if you are using DSL type of modem, okay, DSL type routers, DSL or ADSL modem routers, okay. So if this type of routers you are using, then it contains, okay, DSL LED also, DSL LED, internet LED. So if in case like power LED should be glow, Wi-Fi LED should be glow, so you are getting Wi-Fi, it is automatically glow. LAN ports, if you are connected a PC to your LAN connection, then it's a LAN port. WAN port, so if you are connecting a RS45, so RJ45, the cable connection, WAN connections from your common switch is there now. Internet service provider put a switch from there to your home. They will put a one cable. That is WAN port cable, right? That is LED. It's glowing or not. My router have only one LED. So that's a different. Status of LED also will tell. Red color means no internet. Internet LED or WAN LED. There is a two LEDs. Or a separator in some routers. One LED is there for either it is WAN or internet. It depends upon router. Okay. Ra- for WAN port and internet port, internet or a WAN. So WAN or internet. So commonly I'm telling because LED. So red color means no internet. Guarantee no internet. Very simple. Okay. Uh, Yellow. Usually green. Green it will be there. Green. Usually green LED. Green LED stable means internet. Internet is there. Green blink. Make it manual. Okay, guys. Manual is important. Manually you have to blink. So try to internet trying. It's try to get internet. Try to get internet. So it's still not no internet, but it's trying. Blink means blinking means unstable internet. Blink means unstable internet. Okay. So these are the color wise also will understand. No blinking, no internet. Okay. Red or no blink, no glow, not at all glowing. This condition, no internet. Stable, internet is there. Okay, green light blinking. Okay, green light blinking. So it's try to get internet. So this is how we will understand. Next, DSL or ADSL LED blink blinking means try to establish connection. What to put a yes, establish connection. Okay, it's trying to get connections. One stable, connected, but still internet LED not glowing or a red color is showing no internet. Green stable, internet is there. Blinking, no internet. Second, okay, this is your side. If in case internet you are on you try to open a something page, okay, and still you're not able to open anything. You're not able to send a mail, not able to do anything. Okay, so uh, internet is showing a, color. Internet is showing green color, stable color, and blinking. Everything is good. Everything is green color. Everything is connected, but still you are unable to get internet. What to do? Give complaint. Give a complaint. For example, your ADSL is blinking. Give complaint. This is not your side problem. Okay, so understand. Your ADSL or DSL light is blinking, or your WAN or internet LEDs are blinking. are showing red color, you have to call your service provider and give a complaint. Okay, so give call service center or a call ISP provider. So call the service provider, okay, and give the complaint, or you can give apply application. So check it LED connections. Okay, for example, power LED is not running, it means it's completely off. LED is off, means LED function is not there, so that's a router issue. LAN port is not blinking, something you are not connected or not properly connected. WAN port is blinking different color, so either it is green color or yellow color. For example, uh, for example, yellow means disconnected, means there is a cable issue outside of your connection, so cable issue is there. Green means connected. Okay, there is a different color LEDs are there, so you can see WAN port, yellow connection. For example, my router, if anything happened in a connection wise, then definitely I will get a yellow LED. Green means it is okay, stable internet connection. It is showing green, but internet is not working, so call to ISP provider. Next, did you pay bill or not? Okay, if you don't pay the bill, they will disconnect it. It's showing internet is there, but internet won't work. So in this condition also it won't work. Okay, so internet is there, you paid a bill, and still you are not getting internet, so call to the ISP provider. Connection status is also important. So one trick is there here. For example, with IP address, like IP address of google.com. Okay, so with IP address, um, web page open, but with name web page not open. Okay, so this is sometimes will happen, means already previous websites are open, but new websites are not at all open, so this is also there. Previously you open some website, the previous websites which you open, okay, the website is connecting open, use some languages like that. So previous open websites are open, means I use a Google, now Google is opening, but now I open a new website. So the new website, I open a new website, means it's completely new. For example, cognizant.com, I never opened cognizant.com in the last few days. Okay, so I open new website, not open. So in these conditions, what is the solution? Go to DNS in adapter, in adapter, IPv4 properties, of course. Okay, IPv4 properties, go to DNS location, add extra IP like this. So alternate at DNS server, add this IP address. So it may solve your problem. Just example I will show you. Okay, this is running one, I better not to touch it, so I will go to another one. Okay, I'll go to this one. Properties, IPv4 properties. Okay, so it is automatically DHCP mode. This is DHCP mode. Okay, this is also DHCP, so don't touch it. Go to advanced, DNS, click on add, a dot a dot a dot a. Okay, just add. So this is you are added a new DNS address. Okay, Okay, see, it is automatically adds here. But if in case you got some IP address here, for example, this is a connected DHCP IP address is there, so I will show you. DNS address is already there. Okay, DNS address is already there. I should not touch this one because it's my main internet connection. Network may disconnected. Get ready. Properties. Obtain IP address like this, right? If in case I want to add extra, it will disturb my this one. This automatically change it to use following DNS server. So automatically change it to this one. So to avoid that one, what I will do, I will add two IP addresses here. One is my default already IP address. Okay, and also I'm adding this thing. Two IP addresses I'm adding. Check the your DNS address previous one, and as well as add 8.8.8. Okay, I'm not adding, so because it will give you some DNS disturbance, so it may cause disconnection, but you can add it like that. You can add multiple DN IP addresses also. Okay, so I'm doing add it, just I showed how to add it. Okay, so in adapter properties, in a properties IPv4 properties, then ad, advanced. Okay, so in advanced DNS tab, and this one you add your actual DNS address and then add this one also, so it may work. So depends upon what trouble you got it, that based on that only we should troubleshoot it. You already connected, so you need to check power LEDs, Wi-Fi LEDs and all. Wi-Fi is already connected. See, it is Wi-Fi is already connected. It means you need to check the power LED, all kind of stuff. What you have to check it? Check the other LEDs, internet LEDs and all. Next, if you are using a Wi-Fi router or a router things, okay, so I am telling only Wi-Fi router wise, because nowadays we are all using Wi-Fi routers only. Okay, max to max we are using 90%, 95% Wi-Fi routers are we are using. People who are using Wi-Fi routers, then means Wi-Fi routers only we are using. Okay, so go to log into Wi-Fi router or a router, Wi-Fi router or normal router, whatever the router you are using. Log into router, check settings. What settings? WAN or internet settings. WAN and internet settings, you must check it. Okay, so already I showed this one, but I will show you again. So I'm logging to my Wi-Fi router. Lot of changes occur as from so many days. See, it's showing a clear path. This is my Wi-Fi router, internet, and my devices. Devices to router connection is there, and router to internet connection is there. Sometimes it will show a cross mark. That time you have to go to internet setting, check it, service is normal or service is in red color. Check the username and password properly and select the connection type properly if it case it is changed. Okay, so you have to check the internet connections first, and go to advanced or wireless settings. Go to wireless setting, check your Wi-Fi related things if you got any Wi-Fi related issues, or you can go to your other settings. Okay, check it. This is router status. So router status, also check the WAN connection, LAN connection. Do you got IP address from WAN or not? And if you see, it is also showing like this. Check your WAN connection. Do you got IP address for WAN connection or not? Okay, authentication is correct or not. Sometimes username and password giving wrong. So if you go to internet connection, So username and password is given correct, that's why it is connection is there. Sometimes connection is wrong. Last time it is happened, what happened, my router password is saved into my um, connection, this one. So what happened, I given a complaint, that guy came and checked the my Wi-Fi router, and he said your password, internet password is changed, this is my username and password is changed, so that's why you are not getting internet, are you changed? I said I didn't touch anything. So he said he just put a little bit face and he went up. Okay, so like that it is. The settings for WAN settings, internet settings, passwords, user name and password settings also important. So this is the guys. If you have any doubt, please ask me any questions regarding troubleshooting. I think Siddiq got answer. How to merge that device in the network is, you can't merge it. You have to wait, or you have to change the IP address to manually, or check the DHCP server. So these are the things we can able to do in a troubleshooting. No problem. So it's a very good class. Okay, troubleshooting of network related one, starting with the DHCP and how you got an IP address. If you know how to get an IP address, then only we will see the IP address and we can able to troubleshoot it. Okay, so this is how we can able to troubleshoot the network related one.